Persistent rainfall has caused flooding in parts of Gauteng. Homes and buildings along the Vaal River and dam have been damaged. So let's find out how that river system is being managed or mismanaged from Water and Sanitation Department spokesperson Sputnik Ratau. Very good morning to you, Sputnik. Can you update us on the situation, what we're seeing as far as dam and river levels are concerned?
Good morning, Jane, and thank you so much for having us. Yes, we are having a lot of rain that has been coming through over the past few days and the last 2 weeks or so, and that is what has made it a point that our systems are continuing to recharge, especially the integrated Vaal River system, which is already over the 80% of capacity at 82. And therefore, we can see that the catchments that are feeding into the integrated Vaal River system have been really rained upon, for the lack of a better word. And that is why we are seeing this huge amount of water that is coming through. Okay, I mean, is that acceptable? I mean, shouldn't there be systems in place that should be able to deal with this type of deluge? Well, every year, Jane, just before the summer rainfall season, we put together what we call a flood preparedness plan that assists us to be able to be prepared as to what would happen and when the floods happen, if they happen. And part of that includes a lot of monitoring, and we've got gauging stations along our rivers and in our dams that help us to understand exactly how much water is coming in and what needs to go out. And that is why we are able to know on a daily basis how much water is coming in. And when there is a need, then we would have that means of controlling how much actually goes out. But at the moment, the outflows have been such that although they are very heavy, but they almost kind of balance out the inflows, although we are seeing more inflows, and that is why some of our dams, especially when you look at the Kharib, which is the biggest dam in the country, is well over the 100%.
All right. I mean, does this suggest that there is a problem with the barrage system? I know we had problems in 2011. Is this something that needs to be tackled urgently? I mean, houses, homes, fields shouldn't be flooding.
Unfortunately, the natural occurrences like we are having, we will not be able to control how much rain will fall. We will not really control where it falls. And therefore, what we can be best able to do is to be prepared to deal with the outcomes thereof, and that is what we are doing. But even before that happens, as soon as we know how much water is coming in, like we were able to see with the Vaal and Orange River systems in the Northern Cape, with the inflows from Namibia, then we work together with our stakeholders, our farming community. We work with the municipalities to engage and talk to especially those people that are downstream, to make them aware of what the possibilities are with so much as the inflows that are impacting on the availability of water in whatever dams or systems that we are looking at.
Okay, Sputnik, since I've got you up here, I want to ask you, I'm just hoping this is not diverting attention away from cleaning up the Vaal River. What is the status on that? Everyone I speak to says that very little has been done. We know that tons of sewage are continuing to pour into the Vaal. What's happening there?
Where we are right now, Jane, is that between November and December, we did advertise the work that needs to be done. What we are busy with right now is to look at the selection of the people or rather the companies that will be able to work with. Remember that what we have done is that the DWS has taken over that project, and our construction unit is going to continue with that. But we are going to need a lot of input from outside of the department, and that is why where we are now is that we are looking at around the middle to the end of March, where we shall have finalized these appointments, and we can be able to go on. What we are looking at, according to the project plan, is that we need to be in that area, including looking at the infrastructure below the ground for the next 3 years. We can completely complete the work that has to be done around there.
Okay, Sputnik, very good to talk to you. Thank you. We'll check up again on that in March. Thanks a lot for that.